Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Home Media Reviews. I missed you guys last week. It felt off not uploading something on Monday. Thursday, I've gotten used to not uploading. But we are back for the second part of the 7th season of Home Media Reviews, and oh boy, do we have some bangers coming up. Including this film, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. Let's not waste any time, let's jump right into the history section of Harold and Kumar. So Harold and Kumar hit theaters on July 30th, 2004. This film actually just turned 20 last year. Crazy how time flies. On a budget of $9 million, chump change compared to movies today, the film only grossed $24.3 million. Not a huge hit in theaters, but I feel like Harold and Kumar made a lot of money on home video sales and rentals in order to justify the sequel. It's a weird thing to say nowadays, where movies get dumped onto streaming services and we never know if they were somewhat profitable or not. It's a different landscape out there, to be sure. I first saw Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle last year. I didn't see this in theaters. I had literally just turned 5 when this came out, so there was no way in hell I was even interested in something like this. Last year, my side of the family went to Gatlinburg for a couple days. We stayed in this huge cabin. We've got like 12 people up there. My parents, my brother, his fiance, my then fiance at the time, my cousins, and a perk of renting giant cabins in Gatlinburg are the amenities, like the giant theater room down in the basement. So one night while we were there, we all had a big movie night and watched Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. I'm not sure who picked this one. It might be my second oldest cousin who picked this. I wasn't involved in the picking process. I would have picked probably something else. But boy, am I glad that I saw this, because I had a great time with my brother and all my cousins watching this film. It was hilarious the first time I saw it. Half a year later, on January 4th, 2005, Harold and Kumar hit VHS and DVD. This is also the first time that you could watch the unrated cut. You had to get it on DVD, though. The VHS only includes the theatrical cut, but you had the option on DVD of either picking up the theatrical cut or the unrated cut. They were two separate releases. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, but I think this is the only time the theatrical cut has ever appeared on physical media. Moving forward, it's only the unrated cut that we'll be talking about here. I think moving forward, it'll only be the unrated cut that we talk about here. Like on April 1st, 2008, we got the extremely unrated remastered DVD. I guess they cleaned up the picture quality a bit. I'm not quite sure how they could do that, considering it's DVD. There's not really much you can do with that. And I don't think this is a different cut. I feel like this is a marketing gimmick, calling it the extremely unrated version and changing the poster art ever so slightly. Plus, if you waited just a few months, you could have picked up the Blu-ray release. That came out on July 29th, 2008. And that advertises right on the front cover, extremely unrated version, or just unrated version. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it is the unrated cut. And this is the Blu-ray that I own. Spoiler alert for the close-up section, but this is the exact same one that you'll be seeing later on. 2 years later, on May 18th, 2010, we got a 4-film favorites collection on DVD. This one had the subtitle Guy Comedies, and it included Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, Semi-Pro, Beer Fest, and Mr. Woodchuck. I've heard of Beer Fest. I feel like I see it on sale a lot over on Vudu. Never heard of these other 2 films, though. I don't know anything about them. To be honest, I don't know anything about Beer Fest either. Later on in 2010, September 21st, to be exact, the first ever double feature of Harold and Kumar hit store shelves on DVD. This included Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle and its sequel, Escape from Guantanamo Bay. If you wanted to pick up these 2 films in one convenient package on Blu-ray, you had to wait 2 years. March 13th, 2012 brings us the double feature Blu-ray set. But that's not all for for 2012. Later on November 3rd, 2012, we got the highly flammable Blu-ray set. This included Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, Escape from Guantanamo Bay, and the third film, A Very Harold and Kumar Christmas. This one I didn't know existed until like a few months ago. I thought there were only 2 of these films. And the gimmick with this one is it came in a box shaped like a lighter because, you know, highly flammable. These 2 are potheads. Do you get the joke? It's funny. Laugh. A little under 2 years after that, on May 6, 2014, the 4 Film Favorites Guy Comedy set was reprinted, except on Blu-ray. And 2 of the films had been changed out. Semi-Pro and Mr. Woodcock got the boot, because now this includes all 3 Harold and Kumar films and Beerfest. Just like 2012, though, we have another reprint of this film. On October 28, 2014, we got a triple feature DVD set. Not really much to say about that one. Just, hey, the 3 films are now packaged together on DVD, and look, there's Harold and Kumar on the front cover. Isn't that nice? 3 years after that, we've reached the end of the history section. September 5th, 2017 marks the last time that Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle appeared on physical media. And it was in a double feature DVD set called the Bromantic Comedies Double Feature DVD set. The poster art resembles a koozie and a beer can. That's fun. Although, I do want to mention this. In the research I did for this, to find out when it was released on VHS, it took me to the Moviepedia wiki page. That page claims that this movie was released on Blu-ray on March 18, 2025. So we'll treat that as a rumor. I did want to mention it here, though, because I found it interesting. But like I said, that brings us to the end of the history section. Let's move right along to the close-up. Alrighty everyone, here's your close-up look at Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. So up here at the top, we've got the big Blu-ray disc logo. This was a earlier Blu-ray release. We got the 2 stars, John Cho and Cal Penn, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. Extreme unrated sticker on top of a skateboard there, covering up a woman, covering up her parts there. Fast food, high times. And then there's John Cho and Cal Penn there on the front. I like this poster. It's not better than the theatrical poster, though. I like how that's got the White Castle burger on it and everything. This is just kind of like, oh, look, top naked woman, buy this movie. It just, on the spine, we've got a shot of Harold and Kumar back to back. The genre, comedy. That's how you know this is a comedy film. You got the film's title, Extreme Unrated, Blu-ray disc logo, New Line Cinema logo. The back features a couple of screenshots from the film, a barcode, a blurb about the film, all of your various special features. You get a ton of them on here. Cast and crew information down at the bottom, along with your film's rating and technical specifications. And if we open this bad boy up, here is your Blu-ray film disc. It's got a White Castle slider on it. That's hilarious. And it's got Extreme Unrated Remastered on there. And then over here, we do have a second disc. It's a DVD, but it's just for the digital copy. Bit of a spoiler there earlier, but there's your code on how to unlock your digital copy, which doesn't work anymore because the servers have long since been shut down. And then behind that, you've got important notice. This Blu-ray disc is manufactured to the highest quality available. It is possible this Blu-ray disc was manufactured after your Blu-ray disc player. To ensure the best possible viewing experience, your Blu-ray disc player may need a firmware or software update. Blah, blah, blah. This movie might be too new to play in your Blu-ray disc player, but that's no longer a thing because this Blu-ray is now old. This came in a lot of Warner Brothers releases. You also do have some artwork behind it. I'll remove the discs here for you so you can see. You got Harold and Kumar riding the cheetah. There's the car with Neil Patrick Harris dancing on it. And then, hey, that's from the theatrical poster. My Blu-ray copy's in really good shape considering I found it at Goodwill like a year or two ago. I think I posted a picture about it on my Twitter, but I found this, the sequel, and a couple of other films. I think Layer Cake might have been included in that lot. Someone donated like a huge collection of Blu-ray movies, at least 30 or 40 of them. But that wraps things up for your close-up. Let's move right along to the menu tour. Alright folks, here's your menu tour for Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. Your menu is interesting. You've got clips from the movie playing on the television there, and your options are inside of the television. Play movie, scenes, special features, and setup. Let's go to scenes here. So your scenes, they all have numbers as well as titles, and you've got little screenshots up in the corner there. So if we scroll all the way to the end here, we've got 18 scenes, which there is some stuff that plays during the credits, so I guess that counts. So for special features, we've got 3 different audio commentaries here. We've got one with director Danny Leiner? I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name there. And actors John Cho and Cal Penn. Your second commentary is with writers John Hurwitz and Hayden Schlossberg. And your third one's with Extreme Sports Punk #1, Danny Bochart. Now we get into some of your featurettes. We've got the backseat interview with John Cho and Cal Penn, The Art of the Fart, A Trip to the Land of Burgers, White Castle Cravers Hall of Fame, a sneak peek at Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay, and a Red Band trailer for Escape from Guantanamo Bay. We got some clips here from the director and a bunch of the stars here, as well as the writers, a bunch of deleted and alternate scenes, some trailers. We've got the theatrical trailer, the Red Band trailer, and then a music video. And that does it for special features. There are a lot of special features packed onto this disc. And for setup, we have a audio mix of 7.1, and then for subtitles we have English and Spanish. And you can also turn on the audio commentaries from this menu. So that wraps things up for the menu tour. Let's go ahead and head on back and answer the 5 main questions as always. Alright, so we're back from the close-up. Now it's time to answer the 5 main questions as always. Number 1, where can you pick this product up? Well, like I explained in the close-up, I found my copy at Goodwill, so you might have some luck wandering into a thrift store and finding it there. In all honesty though, your best bet is online. Number 2, is this product still being printed nowadays? Despite the claim from the Moviepedia wiki page, if I don't see it with my own eyes, I can't trust it. No, it's not. Number 3, should you pick this product up? So the movie opens with Harold, played by John Cho, getting screwed over by his boss. Classic corporate culture. Just throw your work onto someone else. I'll say this though, Harold's reaction when he watches his boss drive off in that expensive sports car sums up his entire mood. Fuck. When has getting high ever affected you doing your work? Kumar gets introduced after bullshitting his way through a med school interview, played by Cal Penn. Just because you're hung like a horse doesn't mean that you gotta do porn. 10 minutes into the movie and Kumar is naked, trimming his pubes in front of Harold's mirror. That got a huge laugh out of me, both times I've watched this because of how out of left field it was. When the two are sitting on the couch watching that ad for weed, their chemistry is on full display. I love these two together. You can tell you're in for a totally insane adventure. The movie hypes up White Castle way too much. Is it just me, or does White Castle tear up anyone else's guts? Because when I eat it, I'm in the bathroom for way longer than normal. Even the guy at the Burger Shack is hyping up White Castle. Dude, White Castle is not that good. You cannot believe that White Castle burgers are that good. They're average at best. It's not a Five Guys. It's not a home run. They're barely above McDonald's. It's time for another installment of fun cameos that I noticed. Not a Seinfeld alumni, though, unfortunately. It's comedian Bobby Lee. He cameos when the guys end up at the party at Princeton. Most people know him for his stand-up comedy, but I know him as TJ, the fake neighbor from Big Time Rush. Anybody else remember him from that? Anyone? We've had a lot of weed and just kind of general dirty humor laughs throughout the first, 15, 20 minutes of this film. But the scene in the bathroom with the two girls playing battle shits is one of those scenes that just doesn't work for me when I'm by myself. But when I was watching that scene with my cousins, we were rolling. We thought it was the funniest thing ever. I'm not 12 anymore, and unless I'm with a group of people and the mood is just right and everyone thinks it's funny, bathroom humor has got to be done right for me to think it's funny. The raccoon joke, though, that was funny. That was hilarious, actually. The raccoon joke, though, that was hilarious. Poor guy just wanted to go for a ride, gets thrown out the window. I mean, he did bite Harold, so I kind of understand why he freaked out. I do like how it goes live-action cartoon there for a second when Harold throws him out the window and he just kind of sits there and then flies away. Another fun cameo, Ryan Reynolds. He's at the hospital. He's one of the doctors. And of course, the two potheads would want to try to use pot to sedate the patient on the operating table. Get it? Because they're extremely high. Haha, funny. But hey, the patient knows the directions to White Castle. Never mind, this movie is genius. After we get some situational comedy with Freak Show and some boils that look straight out of Planet Terror, Neil Patrick Harris cameo. This movie's full of celebrities. I do love how they make Neil just this degenerate sex pest. Can we go pick up some girls? It's a fucking sausage fest in here. So after we talked to the cops, we're still going to White Castle, right? I'm not talking to you. Big end to the second act where the duo hits their lowest point. Neil Patrick Harris has stolen their car. Harold punches a cop and gets himself arrested. It looks like the White Castle trip may be over. No, of course not. We have like a half hour of movie left. Kumar breaks Harold out of jail, and some pretty topical racial jokes are made here. And they meet this cheetah out in the woods after running off. The effects for the cheetah, man, they don't hold up at all. There's a few moments where it looks kind of good, but when it's moving right next to the actors, wow, awful. I mean, I know the movie had a $9 million budget, but could we change it to something else that doesn't require CGI? Throughout the film, there's been this running gag about the extreme guys. These dudes that hang out in various places that Harold and Kumar wind up at, and they're just a bunch of douchebags. They do whatever they can to just be obnoxious a-holes, and after seeing them harass that gas station employee, I'm so happy they get their comeuppance later on. The car they're driving is just so obnoxious and just screams, "I have tiny penis." But it does make for a cool police chase. It leads to Harold and Kumar hang gliding to White Castle. I told you this movie was going to be insane. The green screen, though, quite obvious. Again, $9 million budget. I'm putting my expectations in check here. But hey, they finally make it to White Castle. I did the math on this. The total of $46.75 for all that food back then would be $81.55 today. Still not worth it. I'm not a White Castle fan, as we've established earlier, but I can't deny that it's incredibly satisfying to finally see them eat. To finally see them eat those burgers. And Harold even gets revenge on his boss. Another part of this that doesn't really work as well for me upon a rewatch is Harold's romance with his neighbor. I don't even remember what her name is. It just, that whole thing really only served to set up the sequel. Which I assume that's what it's doing? Is that how they get to Guantanamo Bay? Is they follow the neighbor girl wherever she's going and probably end up getting arrested or something? I haven't seen Guantanamo Bay, so I don't know what happens in that. I'm just assuming here. That's the part where it starts becoming a story, and Harold and Kumar doesn't really have a story. It's a very thin plot that ties all of these funny vignettes together. Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle is one of those films that's really funny when you're with a group of friends, but doesn't really hold up when you're on your own. There's still some funny stuff here. I laughed a lot at some of these jokes. But on the whole, if you're not with the right group of people, this won't seem like anything special. I'm glad my first experience with it was with my cousins in that basement in Gatlinburg. Otherwise, I might have been more harsh on this. If I sat down here in my theater room and watched it by myself in my apartment, I probably wouldn't be as forgiving. I definitely recommend it, but you gotta be in the right headspace and with the right people to truly enjoy it. Number 4, where should you pick this product up? Same answers as number 1. And number 5, what price should you pay? Well, I only paid 99 cents for my Blu-ray. This was back before Goodwill raised all their prices to compete with inflation. But I'd say the Blu-ray release for this is worth about $5-10. DVDs, about the same. I haven't really seen the theatrical DVDs show up at a lot of thrift stores. A lot of people bought the unrated version, so maybe the theatrical cut version's worth a little bit more, maybe $15 for that, I'd say. The VHS, I've seen plenty of those go up on eBay. There's one on there right now, actually, at the time of recording this video, that's sealed and going for, I think, like $30. Well, everyone, that wraps up your home media review on Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. I wouldn't say I'm disappointed watching it by myself now. It just doesn't really hold up as well as I thought it would. It's a great memory. Me and my cousins still talk about it all the time. Matter of fact, when we went to Gatlinburg a few weeks ago, we talked about screening Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay, because the cabin that we rented also had a little theater room in it. We didn't get the chance to. We weren't in Gatlinburg for very long. I think it was like 2 nights we were there. I wound up watching Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness again in the theater room by myself, and that was fun. I don't care what anyone says. I like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I think it's a fun time. You guys are too harsh on it. I may not have dug Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle as much as I did seeing it for the first time, but there's another duo out there who put Harold and Kumar to shame, and one might say they've starred in some pretty excellent films. Next week is our big multiple movie episode here for Season 7 of Home Media Reviews, and it's on Bill and Ted's Most Excellent Trilogy. We're going to be talking about Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, and finally, Bill and Ted Face the Music. It's coming up next week. I hope you guys are excited for it. Thank you all so very much for watching. I'll see you all then. Good night, everybody.